All right, everyone. My name is Danny Ross, and welcome to the AI in 1 hour. My goal tonight is to, first of all, give you a quick education on the core functionality that you need to communicate with any AI tool. It's all about practical, useful lessons. When we're done tonight, you can start speaking with all of the large language models out there and getting really good results from them. And then I'll introduce you to the Bill Biz AI platform, which essentially has 90 plus AI tools on one platform. It's a great place for you to get started with AI. If you don't know anything about AI, these tools are very simple and very easy to use. If you're a more advanced user, feel free to put your question in the chat and I'll try to swing back to it as I kind of go through it. All righty. Can everyone hear me okay? Just put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Make sure the audio is working well. You know, technology is a wonderful thing, but earlier today I had a little bit of issues. 1 in the chat, perfect. So we'll keep going. All right, so 3 things everyone that's new to AI should consider. 1, what is AI? Well, it started many years ago, actually, as these large language models were being developed. They started as what we call machine learning, and this is 20 years ago at least. And from there, we went to supervised machine learning, which is where we started guiding the machines in crunching all the numbers and the data to give back automations and reports and things like that. And you had to have a mainframe, you had to spend millions of dollars. What I love about where we are now, the latest and greatest are what we call GPTs, or generative pre-trained transformers. They're large language models that are conversational. The most famous one, of course, is ChatGPT. You can speak with it and get answers back and forth. It's democratized AI, which means that now everybody can get access to it. You can do it on your computer, your laptop, everywhere. So you don't have to have millions of dollars. Matter of fact, you can use most of them for free, and then you can actually say, okay, if I want to spend some money, I could probably get started about $20 a month. Now, how do you communicate with AI to get the best results? That's what I'm going to show you some of the foundational tools tonight so that you can communicate with any AI tool. So as I mentioned, ChatGPT, Gamma, Perplexity, they're all generative AI tools. I love all 3 of them, and I teach different types of classes. So for example, Perplexity is great for students and teachers as you get the sources every time you ask it a question. So it's a really great tool for research and development. Gamma is another great GPT. It specializes in creating PowerPoint. As a matter of fact, you can access it directly from the platform, creating PowerPoints and presentations and websites and things like that. So really powerful tools. Some of the other more specialized AI tools are tools like Midjourney, which is like the OG of text to image, meaning you type a prompt in, you get a picture out of it. Leonardo, another popular one. I used to use it all the time. Ideogram, another popular one. What's nice about Ideogram is it does a really good job of putting text on an image, so it's just a little bit more accurate. Then we have things like HeyGen, which is in video, which is great for creating video from text prompts, and then Suno, which is great for creating music from text prompts. So those are specialized. And then we're going to spend quite a bit of time on personalized AI, which means that the AI is trained on your personality, your normal preferences, and things like that. And that's what the Bill Biz AI platform is. It's a personalized, no-code AI development platform. And all that means in English is you can speak to the AI using simple sentences and really get some pretty amazing results. 30 years in digital marketing, sales, business development. I've worked for Fortune 100 companies, sold into Fortune 100 companies. My LinkedIn is there if you want to wander around my past. But the key messaging I want to get across tonight is that I'm going to help you with some specialized AI frameworks and recipes that you can use anywhere, whether you're doing it just for yourself or you're doing it for business, meaning you're working for someone, or the other way around, you're working for yourself. So AI can help you with all of these tools. And the reason why is when you look at AI, a lot of people look at it as a threat. I look at it as a partner in the sense that it's fast, it has unlimited memory, it doesn't get tired. You can use it. It doesn't have any particular emotional reaction to the things that you're asking it to do, meaning you can keep asking it to keep going and going and going. It doesn't suddenly say, well, I'm tired, I'm going to quit. Even though I have seen some things that look like it, AI is not really, in any sense at this point in time, an intelligence in the sense of a separate being. Right now, it's just very, very fast and very, very good at looking like in its conversational manner that it is actually thinking like a human being. So it's just kind of pretending that. But here's what's really fun. AI gets even better outcomes when humans are involved. So I'll kind of give you a concept we have at 1000X. It's called AI super self. So AI super self is when you take a human being, you add in the 1000X playbook as far as, how to speak to an AI, have a good conversation with it. You combine that with AI, and that's how you get the AI super self. And the way to think of it is if you pour your intelligence, your life experiences, your expertise into a large language model, you're going to get really amazing results. And in the end, it's going to make you irreplaceable, whether it's your own organization or if you're working for someone. I would use technology and people would ask for something or a question, and I'd have the answer back to them in a couple of minutes. And it just makes you seem as you are well knowledge, you understand how to get information quickly. So the more you can get familiar with AI and use it, you will be amazed at your efficiency. You do things faster, cheaper, and allows you to grow and scale your business. So let's start with a foundational tool. But before I go on, I'll pause for a second. Let me look at the chat. Remember, put in the chat where you're from, but also please feel free to go ahead and let me know if you have any questions. Let's see, I think I answered that question. Hey, Matthew from Cleveland. I'm very grateful for free. Free is always good, right? But a lot of times, if you're going to use AI a lot, you're going to have to actually step up. Let's see who else we have in here. So I got a couple of people from the ATL. Sherry is from the ATL. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Atlanta, Los Angeles. Hey, Daryl, Tracy, Denise, Rosalind. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully, if this is your first experience with learning AI, hopefully it'll be a good one. So let's get into a real simple example. I'm going to jump right in here. So we start everybody with what we call the create method. It's a format of power prompts or super prompts. It's just a really good place to start. Once you kind of get this down, there's nowhere but up to go as far as functionality. So we start with context. When you're speaking to an AI, you need to set the context for who you want to interact with. For $20 a month, you can speak to 2,000 people and 2,000 experts, invite them to the table. You want to speak to Steve Jobs about technology. You want to get Warren Buffett in the room to talk about investing. You can invite any of those anybody that's ever been on the internet. As a matter of fact, we're at the stage right now with GPTs where they said that they've learned everything on the internet for the most part. Now, there's like things that are personal knowledge and specialized knowledge. For example, our historically Black colleges are working to get a lot of that history into GPTs. There are projects like Latimer AI, Chat Black GPT is another one. So the ones that are trying to bring in more of the culturally sensitive materials or just missing materials into AI and get them a little better educated. And every culture needs to do this because these things are not in AI, which leads to some bias, and we can talk about biases a little bit later. So back to prompting. Very simple. You set the context. You say something like, you are a world-class Amazon author, and here's what I want you to do, right? So invite that person. So I want you to be an attorney, help me write an agreement. I want you to be a world-class digital marketer, help me write ads for Facebook. I want you to be a personal trainer and advise me on the best exercise methods and food to eat. So that's setting the context. The next thing you want to do is tell it what you want as a result. Actually, I very rarely say thank you. I do sometimes slip up and say please. The AI doesn't care if you say please, by the way. All right, so email. I want you to help me write 5 emails for a marketing campaign that I'm launching. I want you to help me write the outline for a book I'm developing. I want you to help me write a headline for my next announcement about the large project that we're about to launch. I want you to help me write a script for the video that I'm going to post on Facebook. I want you to help me write a marketing plan or a business plan for my new business. So AI is fantastic at those types of tasks. It's amazing how quickly you can get things done using AI. And as you can tell, I love technology that actually helps make life better. And that's kind of what AI is really, really good at. You want to be detailed in the explanation as well. I want you to help me compare and contrast these 5 things. I want you to critique this book that I'm writing. Give me back from an editor point of view. Give me back what do you think on this, for example. You can have it be recommend things for you. Give me 5 restaurants in Atlanta that serve seafood with XXX rating. So, 5-star rating or whatever, right? So you can be very specific about those types of things. The other really important thing is your target audience. If you remember that old show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I know I'm not. So when I write content on my website, I essentially make it for a broad audience. And you can tell the AI to create it for the content for women, for men, for young adults, for students, teachers, children. I have lots of people who write children's books have AI. I want you to target entrepreneurs like the people on this call. I want you to target travelers. I'm writing a travel blog. So you can, it's important that you set the correct audience and the expectation is the content will fit that particular audience. Same thing with tone. I want it to be persuasive and salesy. I want it to be entertaining, professional, friendly, inspirational. I want it to be funny. I make this comment all of the time. AI is like a dad joke level, but you can invite any comedian that's ever been on the internet. I was watching Bill Burr the other night, Wanda Sykes, one of my favorites. So you can have the tone of the content be humorous in the style of Wanda Sykes, for example. So you can invite any of these people to the conversation and have them create the content with you. And then after you get that content, you can then expand upon it. You can iterate. AI is absolutely fantastic at iteration, meaning that it never gets tired. You can keep going and going and going. That's where you might have to start paying. So, for example, if you use the free version of ChatGPT, eventually you run out of what they call tokens, and it'll pause you and say you got to come back in 4 hours. Same thing with Claude, same thing with just about any of these AI tools. The free version will have a point where it'll just tell you, hey, slow down. And so that's when you'll end up paying. So, again, the idea is sometimes it's great to actually pay, then you can keep working and doing what you're trying to do. You can tell it to add, delete. Sometimes AI gives you too much content. So if I'm filling out a loan application and I want a description about my business, it'll give me 5,000 words. And I say, okay, no, I only need 500 words, right? So these are the types of things you can do: reorganize, update, proofread. So fact check is really important. AI has a slight flaw in it, in that if you ask it a question, it never wants to say, I don't know the answer. So if you were asking for something, it might do what we call in the business hallucinate and make something up. So, for example, I was creating a bio for a speech I was giving, and you always have to read what AI gives you before you publish it out to the world. So it gave me my bio. I fed it my LinkedIn link and it went out, got all the information off of it. And I'm reading something. I'm like, Danny did. I'm like, no, I did not. And again, it's because it felt it needed one more bullet and it just made it up. So that's what we call hallucination. So fact check everything that AI gives you. And that's why, you can ask ChatGPT to give you the sources of where it's getting the information. That's another good thing to do. if you're doing something that you're going to publish publicly so you don't look silly and or incorrect. All right. So let's go ahead and look at an example prompt. So I want you to be a world-class author. Help me do an outline for a book summarizing how entrepreneurs or business owners make it inspirational, can make money using AI. So here's an example prompt. You are a New York Times best-selling author. Write, that's the context. Write a chapter by chapter outline for a book. That's the result I'm looking for. Summarizing the 5 steps business owners, that's my target audience, can take to learn AI using Bill Biz AI so they can increase sales and grow revenue in record time. Write this in an inspirational tone. So where we are now is we have a pretty good prompt that we can go and actually do a demo on. So let's see, someone's asking a question. Jay, what about AI detection and plagiarism? Good question. So I wrote a book. Actually, I wrote one book with 10 workbooks that's actually available free in the platform. And since I'm in the AI business, I used AI to help me write the book. So it was, is that plagiarism? No, because I'm in the business of AI, right? So there's no secret that I'm using AI to create something. AI plagiarism issue is because it knows everything on the internet, it can go get information, and that information could be somebody else's work that you're using. We are doing an iteration of something. So you can say it's influenced by this person. You never want to take AI, have AI go find you a chapter from a book, for example, and take that exact chapter and bring it to your book. That is obviously plagiarism. And the funny thing is, AI tools will detect that plagiarism and your book will get pulled off of Amazon. Now, if you say that my favorite author is, and have it help you write the book in the style of such and such a person, at this point in time, the law is pretty vague, inexact, all of the above on what is AI content. So the answer to the question is it depends on what you're asking the AI to do. If you're using it in a nefarious way, then that's on you. The AI is just going to do whatever you tell it to do. Now, what's fun is there are tools out there that teachers use to detect AI. There's AI that can detect if a song is being played illegally. So all of these tools are out there from the detection of plagiarism point of view. So there's tons and tons of tools out there that can detect AI. And as a matter of fact, in the platform, one of the new tools that we've added is called Humanize, which the goal is to take AI content that you may have generated and try to make it more human. The AI is writing humanized content that you can put on your website to get around the AI detectors, right? So this is a never-ending war. There is no right or wrong to that particular conversation. There is a whole army of people and lawyers coming at this particular problem that is going to be focused on it. For example, the whole Hollywood machine kind of shut down a little while ago. And one of the big topics in there was AI generated content versus, human generated content. So this is going to be a never ending kind of thing. Depending on what industry your business is, you might be more impacted by this plagiarism issue than the average user of AI. For most of us, we're using it by having a conversation with it, having it do something for us, generating something, and this is essentially generated just for us. And so we're going to use it in that tone. So again, depends on how you're using it. It's like any tool on the internet. It can be used for good or evil. All right. So I'm going to stop there. That's enough on that particular topic for now. All right. Welcome. We got some new people joining in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. All right. So we were just about to kick off a live demo. Let's go ahead and make this happen. Let me get this laser pointer turned off so I can get my regular pointer on. Let's see if we can go on out to our OG LLM, Chat GPT. So let's go ahead and bring that up and we slide this over. So I took that prompt and I copied it in here. You saw me actually use it. Feel free to put in the chat if you have a question, because we want to keep rolling here. Everybody's excited to start playing with prompts. Okay, so I just copied that prompt in there. I'm going to actually use the same prompt in multiple AI tools. So this one is ChatGPT. Let's go over to Claude. Claude is another tool, same exact prompt. And the purpose of this exercise is to show you that, oops, let's see if we can get this going here. Come on. Oh, I didn't log back in. Is that what it's asking me to do? Sure, I can log in. I have an account with you guys. Hopefully, it's having me log in just a second. All right. Let's try this again. Can you run for me? I'd really appreciate it. It will not let me run with Claude. Oh, well, let's move on. I'm not sure what's going on today. I may have used the wrong email address. Sometimes I have tons of accounts. All right, so let's also use the AI tool that is in the Bill Biz platform. I'm going to have it run a new chat. This is a personalized AI coach that I created. I have about 94 pieces of different content that I trained the GPT on. So it knows a lot about marketing, sales. So I've kind of trained it up on that. So we'll use those two for now. All right, let's go back to ChatGPT. Chapter by chapter outline. The 5 steps business owners can take to learn AI using Bill Biz AI to increase sales and grow revenue. So it gives me my outline. So chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, and so on. So if I wanted to iterate with this, I could say, I understand AI. I'm the expert human in this equation. I think 7 is not the right thing. Rewrite the outline for chapter 7 using this instead. And I could have it iterate and go do that. I can also do the same thing with the next step. So the next step we want to do is we have the chapter outline, chapter by chapter outline. Now we might want to have it actually go ahead and write the first chapter. And so I have in my arsenal of AI tools, there's a tool called VoiceIn that I use. You can also use the audio use voice mode right here. I just happen to like this tool because I can use it not only in this ChatGPT, I can use it anywhere that I want. If you're using Chrome, it's an extension or add-in. So very easy to use. Let's go ahead and have it write that first chapter. You are an Amazon best-selling author. Please go ahead and write chapter 1, make it persuasive in the tone of Gillian Perkins. And it's off to the races with that particular request. And you may be saying, who's Gillian Perkins? Doesn't matter. She's a YouTuber. I happen to like her style, how she writes, but you can invite anybody to the table. Remember I said you can invite anyone to the table and use their tone as part of what you're writing. So here we go. Chapter 1, the mindset shift. Oh, by the way, I forgot to get the AI tool running here. Hold on. What am I trying to do here? Sorry, there we go. I found it. So here's I'm bouncing around a little bit, but I want to show you that it doesn't matter which AI tool you use. As long as you have the right prompt, you can speak to any of them and get the output that you want. That's the important thing. So here's the chapter by chapter. Chapter 1, discover the power of AI. Chapter 2, getting started with BillBiz.ai. Chapter 3, automate and innovate your marketing with AI. So again, doesn't matter. So let's drop that same prompt in here, have it write chapter 1 for us. And let me go back here and let's see. All right, so it started writing it out. So it's kind of like a little intro. The brutal truth. If you're not using AI, you're leaving money on the table. So again, AI won't replace you, but business owners who use AI will. That is like the most popular quote that's floating around the AI circles these days. Yeah, and that's kind of like the current philosophy. Don't be afraid of AI. Be afraid of the other business people or your competitor who is using AI because they're going to just get more done in a short period of time. So that's kind of like the wisdom that's out there right now. All right, so let's go take a look and see what we got from the AI. Chapter 1, bank it. Love the title. The old paradigm, facing today's challenges. So, and it's starting to write off that particular chapter. Just that simple, you have a chapter going. So, the next thing you probably need if you're going to write a book is a book cover, right? So, let's do a little quick editing here. Hold on. You are a product manager who specializes in covers for nonfiction books. I want you to write the prompt for the above book, period. Again, give me just the prompt. So what I'm doing there is I'm being very specific. And so AI is a really cool tool, but when you're using it, it's important for you to be specific. So let's see if we can get this tool to do the same thing. And the reason why I was specific is ChatGPT, I think you have to have the paid version of it, can also create images. And there's a tool built into it called DAL-E. I just don't remember if it's free or not because I've had the paid version for so long. So you can essentially have, if you want something done, but you don't know how to do it, you can actually ask AI to help you do something. So in this case, I want a prompt that covers everything in the book and gives me some ideas. I could have it give me 3 versions of this prompt, 5 versions of this prompt. Again, iterate, right? So it just gave it to me. So I'm going to give it a super complicated prompt right now. Create the image. So sometimes once you're in the thread and it knows what you want, you do not have to spend a lot of time articulating exactly where you want to go. Let's see if I can get this app to launch here. Okay. Why? Today is just not my day. I agree to updates. Sure. I don't need a username. I already have an account. Wow. I'm just having a lot of fun today. So let's see if Ideogram will do it for me. Let's see. I want you to generate that prompt. Oh, look at that. It's actually working. So technology is absolutely wonderful when it works. So if I want to generate a image, I have in the platform multiple apps which can generate content. And one of them, hyperrealistic AI images, is actually one of my favorite tools in the platform. I can feed it that same prompt, and I'm going to give you a pro tip. The book cover that is going to create, let's just go ahead and run it. I'll just create it. So you can decide on the shape you want just by clicking one of these boxes right here. Is it going to be horizontal, landscape, up and down? Most books, of course, are 2x3 size, so I'll let it go run with that. So let's go back here and see what it created. This is ChatGPT's version. And so you can see it created an okay book. The text is very blurry and crazy. If we have tonight, I'll show you how you clean that up using another AI tool. And Canva is really good at cleaning up text that's a little screwy. So we can use that tool and go back and take a look. Let's see what Ideogram gave us. 5 steps business owners can take to learn AI. AI. And so to increase sales, so even Ideogram, which is pretty good at this stuff, can screw up sometimes if you give it too much text. So what's my pro tip? My pro tip is if you're doing something like a book cover, have it generate the image for the book cover without any text, and then go back and add the text on top of it. It just makes it so much faster. So this one is pretty close to being good. I like it. There's a lot of things going on here that are good, but the bottom, just that little image, the bottom here is a little screwy, but the top of it is pretty decent. So the 5 AI steps, right? It's 5 AI. I love it. And so it just made up a name, Bialy Maitor. So this is an example of AI being creative, a little too creative in this sense. Let's see what this one did. The 5 steps, Howard B. Oh, yeah. Again, pro tip, create the book cover first and then go back and generate the text that you're going to put on it. This platform can generate amazing images from the simplest of prompts. So for example, a Black woman on her knees praying, use color scheme of green and blue. That's it. That's the whole prompt. So you saw where I had ChatGPT create a very complicated prompt to create an image. You can actually get things done if you just focus in on the image, with a simplest of simple prompts. So that's an example right there of a prompt in the platform, and it's having a very complex, because this particular tool has been trained on how to create images that are going to be used for different tasks. We also have, that's just one of the tools. We have another one called scroll stopping images that creates amazing tools. So instead of having that long, complicated prompt, you can go in here and feed that long, complicated prompt and then tell it to give me image ideas. And what it'll do is take that long, complicated prompt and simplify it, take out all the text, but you can still go in and decide on the shape. You can go in here, and this is the difference between this AI to text to image generator and things like Midjourney, where you have to know exactly how to prompt to get a good image. You can just use switch settings. Super simple. Turn things on and off. And instead of having to do all of that, you can tell it your target audience. Do you want a photograph, an illustration, all of that, all from a very simple prompt, and you can get some amazing things. I was doing this demo at a Atlanta Black Expo a couple of weeks ago, and a gentleman walked up to me. He's frustrated with ChatGPT because he can't get it to give him exactly what he wanted. He was trying to create a book cover. I said, well, what do you want? He said, all I want is I want a black teen on the side of the highway selling water on a hot day, who's sweaty and hot. And that's all I want is that image. And so we took that simple sentence and created that image. So that's an example of how to use AI to create really, really good content in a minimal amount of work. Okay. So that's image generation in a short kind of demo. If anybody has questions, please go ahead and throw them in the chat. We have the book, we have the first chapter, we have a book cover. So now I need some better book titles. It's just not very good book titles, right? So I could say something like, you are a world-class author of nonfiction books about AI. I want you to give me 5 book titles in the style of Dan Kennedy. Now, who's Dan Kennedy? He's an old marketing guy. He specializes in these either positive or negative headlines that are going to grab your attention. AI or die. How smart business owners are using AI to dominate their industry, and now how you can too. The AI money machine, how to dominate, optimize, and scale your business to 7 figures using artificial intelligence. Shut up and let AI sell. So these are really provocative kind of headlines, right? So this is really what the types of things that you can do with AI. Even if you have no digital marketing degree, you can come up with some really attention grabbing, and you can pick any marketing style that you happen to like. This one is a very aggressive style of marketing. So that's where, you can create these kind of prompts and have it come up with the types of things. So we've got some prompting engineering going on. We've just started kind of getting used to it. So this one, it created, I remember I fed it that big paragraph and then it created much simpler sentence. Let's go ahead and have it generate. This is for a book cover, so we want to do it straight up and down. Let's try this one. Let's see what we get. I like hyperrealistic for creating book covers because the shape is actually better. This shape is a little too long, but anyway, I digress. I just want to show you as an example of how to take a very complicated prompt, make it simpler, and still get pretty decent kinds of results. So this one it tells first, it sets the context, right? A company designs modern, bold, nonfiction book covers. All right, so this is the context. And then the AI business owner standing confidently in front of a holographic image. So again, that is a good image for the purpose of the book, right? Using AI to make money, right? And it gives you 20 ideas just from one particular prompt: an open laptop displaying a vibrant AI business dashboard, so on and so forth. So you can tell it to create that image and it's off and to the races, right? So very simple. And all of this is included for $19.95, by the way. These are all images that I've created using AI for different purposes as I teach. students how to do things. And you can create some pretty cool stuff. What I could use right now is some help from the audience. If you have a business and you already have a domain name, please go ahead and drop it into the chat, and I can use it as part of the demo of creating an AI video. So again, your URL or your domain, please go ahead and drop it into the chat and we'll make it part of the demo. One of the other exciting things I want to demo tonight is agents. So what is an agent? Okay. Oh, I've gotten some writers here. So let me grab the first one. Let's go ahead and while I'm explaining what an agent is, sorry, my camera thing is in the way here. All right, let's go back here. There's different ways you can do it. First one is simple. You can just put your URL in and tell it, do you want a sales story, an announcement, that kind of thing. So if I go out here to the website that we just got, this is DP Global Media and the services that she has, founder Denise Powell. You can see the content of what they have. And by the way, when you do this exercise on your own, different elements of the different pages, you are going to want to kind of point it to those different pages. For example, this page has more about the services, whereas the home page kind of gives a quick overview of it, and then the types of things that they do or she does. So you can just feed that in just through that one URL. And then you can go here, you can add your logo that you want to show up in the video. You can pick a language that you want to use. You can pick a voice. So for example, this voice everybody knows.
Welcome to our AI-powered platform.
That's Adam. He's all over the internet, everywhere, literally. So I'll put Sarah. I like her voice a little better, but you can use any of the voices. By the way, you can upload your own music. So if you want your own music, just upload them and add it. There's a limited music selection. And then if I go back to her site here, it'll be interesting to see if this site will work because, and I'll show you a little trick if it doesn't. It oftentimes has trouble scraping a WordPress site. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. So this is color scheme, kind of like a light purple. So I can change the text to reflect that. You can kind of go in and play around with the color scheme that you want to use for the transcript. You can decide if it's going to be 6 scenes or more. You can decide if it's going to be portrait or landscape. Just depends on how you're going to use it. And that's enough generally. So few things that you have to kind of customize, and that's good enough to get it going. So while that is running, I'm going to go over here back to agents. What is the difference between a GPT or a bot and an agent? Basically, a GPT is something that you have communication with either through short form, meaning you're just having a conversation going back and forth, or you're filling out like 13 questions and then it produces something. So again, input, output, input, output. The difference is now we're at the stage of this large language models where you can use what's called an agent. This is where you can have these large language models actually perform tasks for you, go do things for you. It's amazing. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start with what we call the super agent. The super agent is the one that controls the entire process and manages it for you. So for example, I can give it a task like, I want you to create an image of a birthday cake with a black angel on it. And I want you to send it to my friend Danny for his birthday via email. His email address is danny@digitalexpress.ai. Let's go to my website here. I'm going to use the Bill Biz website as an example, right? So by the way, this entire website was built, everything you see on it was built in the platforms. Again, practical tool, right? And I want it to, I'm going to might as well have some fun, right? This is an example. Then I want you to use this content to create an AI video that I can use on my website. Period. Here is the content. I'm going to launch that task, okay? So I'm asking it to create an image of a birthday cake, specifically with a black angel on it. I want to send it to my friend. I've given it my email address, and then I wanted to create an AI video. So all of those different tasks using different AI tools in there from one prompt, okay? So let's go back and see how we're doing on the video here. All right, looks like it's done. Let's go on down and play it. Our first video.
Welcome to DP Global Media, your gateway to transformative multimedia and content solutions. Founded by Denise Powell, an African-American Navy veteran with a vision for excellence and innovation. Our team of experts delivers customized services across education, publishing, professional training, and more. With Denise's editorial leadership experience at the CDC and creative expertise, we elevate your content to new heights. Armed with academic prowess from Florida AANDM University and an MBA from Embry-Riddle, Denise leads with knowledge and passion. Choose DP Global Media today, where impactful content meets unmatched dedication to success.
Right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual structure of this. Now, the very first thing you might want to do is change some of these images, right? Because it just picked random images. So you may have a more specific image that you want to replace this with that is more fitting or more in line with what you have. So you can download that image if you want to save it before I upload a new image. So I can go in here, for example, find an image. So you can come in here and pick an image that kind of works for what you want it to be. So let's go down here and see if we can find one. These are all icons from, well, this is one of those times when I should have actually thought about what I wanted to use before I said, let's go grab an image, right? These are all Bill Biz. Let's try, let's see. Even that one is better than that one. So you can find an image that kind of works for you. Does Bill Biz subscription give access to all the tools you're demonstrating? The answer is absolutely. And there's a few exceptions, and I'll explain what those exceptions are. If I can speak today, right? You know what I'll do? I'll use the images from, I'm on ABC Tuesday Talks. Quite a few of you might have been on there today. I was using this image for a specific purpose, so we'll use it. Agents are live, right? So I'm going to use that one. That, by the way, was also created in this platform. And then you can go in. So, for example, this one that says founded by Denise Powell, I would replace it with an image of Denise Powell. I would grab this image of Denise. So let's say I just did this just for today, grab the image. And so now that's downloaded, and I would go back here and I would just upload that image. So now in the video it would be Denise, obviously, right? That's what you'd want there. And you would do the same thing. By the way, you can upload a video as well. So if you like have a B-roll video, it needs to be short. 20 megabytes is the size limit. So you can upload a video as well. And you can actually extend the scenes. So you can add more to these scenes, things like that. So in this is a website that I'm working on for one of the Bill Biz family, and there's a whole host of images that she's using on her website that we can probably find something. Oh, I like that one. That's a nice, powerful image. So let's use that one instead of that guy. And so now you have something a little bit more fitting, right? You can go in, upload a picture or generate a picture, type out the text of what you want in the actual image. So that's how that works. Okay, so you can kind of generate it. And then you just say go, and it would generate a new video with more appropriate images in there for what you want to generate. Okay. All right, let's do another one. Let's do somebody else's. Let's do the second one here. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go here and grab this and drop in another one. Looks like I don't have the HTTPS, so we'll just, oops, add it right there. And again, same thing. You can say hype, you can say whatever you want to do. You can do the settings to set the language, all that fun stuff that I just showed you. Pick a voice that you want to use, pick some music that you want to use, upload the music, that kind of thing, and you're good to go. All right. So this is one that's going to be portrait. Let's just run it. So you can kind of see an example of what that looks like. All right, cool. So now, hey, I just got a happy birthday email. So this is the beauty of agents, right? You can have it run and it does the task without you having to monitor it. So let's go see what's another really cool thing is it will share the steps that it took. So let me go in here and get that email just so you guys can see it. Here we go. Hi, Danny. Wishing you a happy birthday. Enjoy this custom created cake. And by the way, it does give you the ability to edit the email before you send it. I wasn't paying attention to it, so it went ahead and sent it. So I'll go back now and show you the steps that it took to create that while our video is being created here. So let's go. Let me also show you the structure before I get too far into this. So I have my super agent, the one I just gave a task to. Under the super agent, our communication manager, which is a manager of these bots below it. And each bot has a specific purpose. This one creates docs. This one creates emails. This one creates slides. This one creates calendar events, web crawler, real time, and so on and so forth. So the super agent talks to the manager. The manager speaks to all of the workers. So it's just like a corporation that you own for 20 bucks a month, right? And so you can have it do all of these fun tasks. You can connect it to WhatsApp. So WhatsApp integration right there. So you can use your phone, speak to the agent, have it perform a task. I'm running to the airport. Please send an email. I'm going to be late. The plane is delayed, and reschedule my appointment to such and such, or send an invite to such a time, right? So it can do all of that. You can add automation where it runs tasks for you once, daily, weekly. You can create custom connections using what's called an API. If you don't know what an API is, don't panic. So APIs can get you connected to almost any external app outside of the platform. So very, very powerful things are coming. And right now, the super agent is still what I call a beta. So it's still got some tweaking and things to go, but we are just at the beginning of agents and it's already pretty powerful. So let's go back and see what it actually did step by step. So the main super agent reached out and it created a task for the generation of the birthday greeting. So it called Imogen, who's the visualizer. She creates images. So it created that image for me. And then the super agent went back to the communicator and created this email that's including the birthday cake image we had it create. And so then it sent that out and let me know the email was sent successfully to Danny. And so it wrote the email and sent it. So now, can you please provide additional details for the AI video? Is it animated, corporate? What's the resolution? What's the voice background, preference, music, and so on? So I could say something like, make it 1 minute long using the voice of Sarah and the ambient music. I want it to be about the benefits of using the Bill Biz AI platform. Use this content for the video. So instead of me typing all that in or telling it, let me go back up and just copy it. Again, this is a beta, so it forgot. So I'll do it again, tell it what I want again. It did the email, so, hey, don't be greedy, Danny, kind of thing. So now it's going to go off and try to create that AI video for me.
Established in 2016, Transit CPR is committed to providing essential CPR and first aid training to our community. Our engaging and customizable on-site courses are tailored to suit your specific needs, ensuring you're ready to save lives. With experienced trainers and a registered nurse on staff, we guarantee high-quality training every time. We also offer automated external defibrillators, helping you prepare for unexpected cardiac emergencies. Our dedication extends beyond training as we actively participate in community service events to make a difference. Join the life-saving mission today by booking your course with Transit CPR.
Not bad for, again, another 30-second little video. And by the way, all of your videos are kept in file storage. You have count them, 5 terabytes of storage that you can use. So let me get both videos. 5 terabytes of storage that you can use for your files of all flavors, meaning your pictures, your images, your documents, everything, your websites, everything like that is also included. All right, so I'm downloading that. I'm going to drop that into the chat for those 2 that I've just created. Let's drop this one into the chat. And let's drop this one into the chat. Those should be the 2 newest ones. Let's see, I got one in there. I got that one in there. Perfect. So while it's doing that, I'll show you around the platform just for another second. So when you first hit the platform, you want to start here in the explainer video. We do training. We're very big on training, obviously. This first video is a welcome. It kind of walks you through the platform. It tells you about this previous recording, AI Super Self. You just learned about that. Here's some videos on the different apps. The next thing I will focus your attention on is the AI Lunch and Learns. I do these 12 noon Tuesdays, 12 noon on Wednesdays Central, 12 noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. And then we have what's called the AI Workstation Incubator, which is where other entrepreneurs that are building versions of this platform get together on Thursday, 12 noon Pacific. So that's, of course, 3 p.m. So, by the way, if you miss any of the sessions, they're all recorded. So you can click on them. Those are the things. And catch up. So you can look for a particular topic or a particular app, and it'll be in here. I'm a little behind, but I am catching up. So again, training is included in our platform. You can go here and download the 11 books that I have on the website. These are walking you through from the beginning of business formation all the way through. Speaking of business formation, yes, we have the Ask the Experts. We can talk to other business coaches and things like that in the platform. That's included for the 1995. You can use Big Dream Generator. All new businesses or even old businesses who want to formalize if they're going to create a business plan and want to get funding and things like that, use the Big Dream Generator. It'll take the ideas in your head, put it on paper. 13 questions. When you're done, you get a business brief. This business brief you can send to other apps in the platform to do things like create images and websites and things like that. You can buy domains if you don't have a domain, manage domains if you got an existing one, you want to connect to the platform. You can get a business email, business phone number. I showed you hyper-realistic scroll stopping and create. There's logo creators, website hero image creators, blog creators, e-commerce page creators, motion ad makers. As a matter of fact, one of the success stories I had was one of the users was having an event. They created it in here, the little ad that they were going to use. And she said she got 3 times the views that she ever had on any other virtual event. So again, these tools are real world practical tools. There's a movie editor. If you've got a book and you want to make it into an audio book, that's in there. There's funnels and websites. So we got 4 website builders. The one I recommend you use is the newest and greatest, the AEO Website Creator, because it is AI friendly. I have classes on what that means. So SEO, that's pretty much dead. We have videos and jokes on that, about that on the internet. The new thing is AEO, which is AI engine optimized. So you want to use a website builder, which will basically get you found by ChatGPT and the other AI tools. This whole website was built with that tool. So very powerful website creator. You can create single page, multi-page websites with that tool. We have sales and marketing, where you can create AI forms, marketing proposals, marketing hooks you can use, like on ChatGPT and so on. There are multiple ways to make money on the platform. The simplest is just sharing this link that you'll have your name on it, and you get 50% of anybody who signs up for the platform. You can also white label the entire platform. It's $27 a month. But what that means is you get complete control over the platform. If you want to make money with the platform and you want to customize it, rebrand it, call it whatever you want, add your own domain, build your own website, everything, that's $27 a month. So that's you're becoming me for your own customers, and that's where that is. All right, so I did want to share with you quickly how to get this going for yourself, how to make money. Join that BillBiz.ai or even just BillBiz.ai is where you can go. It is a free trial. You can scan the little code or just go to BillBiz.ai. And it is $19.95 a month. You get a 7-day free trial. All of the ebooks are included. And again, you can sign up for the white label. It's super simple. So again, $19.95 a month, 7-day free trial. From there, we also have done for you services. So like if you saw all of this and it was like, oh my God, I can't do all of that stuff, just contact me. You can scan the little code there. I'll also put my links in the chat, and feel free to reach out to me at any time, and our team can work for you. We have 3 VAs that can help you build anything you want to build, including websites and things like that. My email address is super simple, Danny@digitalexpress.ai. All right, super simple. Please go ahead, and then we'll go back and see if the AI tool is finished with the other tasks that I gave it. So those are the contact information. I'm doing a new website for a new customer. We just got started on it. So I am involved in a lot of these projects. Again, you get all of the 11 books. This is almost a no-brainer. So people ask, why should I spend $19.95? If you are getting all your AI for free, don't spend any money. But if you're paying $20 for ChatGPT by itself, or Leonardo, or Synthesia, Pictory, any of these individual AI tools, you can get all of this stuff in one platform, $350 to $800 value for $19.95 a month. So there are a few tools in the platform that cost a little bit more. And I mentioned that one of the nice things about the platform is if you go to spend any money, it will tell you before you spend it. All right, there's no shock or surprise. So we also do agency in a box, which is the white labels, custom white labels, done for you services. Again, you can scan the QR code. By the way, this recording will be available. You'll get an email with a link to the recording, so you don't have to remember all this stuff, okay? All right, let me go back now to the demo stuff. Let's see if it's done. And we were playing around with, I think we had the agent working. So let's see, it's trying to make a video. Would you like to retry the video generation with the same setting, 1 minute long? Okay, wait a minute. What happened here? Let's see, it's thinking about it. Create a video. Let's see, Video Alchemist. Did we get it done or did it have an error? I'm taking a look. Tool, generate video. Okay. I love AI. By the way, like I said, this is a video. So it tried to generate it, but it couldn't find the link. I did not give it a link. Interesting. So it thought it should be looking for a link. All right. So I could just tell it, let's see if we can tell it, make money now. Instead of telling it to go look for some link, I don't know why I thought it needed to look for a link. Just use the content to generate a AI video. So I'm going to tell it to do that and have it generate. So it was looking for BillBiz.ai or something. I don't know. It basically gave an error message. So we can tell it that there is an error message. If I already have a paid ChatGPT account, will I lose all the content when I sign up for a subscription with BillBiz? First of all, If you already have ChatGPT, that means you're probably a pretty serious user. So I personally, I would keep using it if you like it. I'm not saying you should throw away your ChatGPT account. You should send an email or ask ChatGPT, hey, if I convert from a paid account to a free account, do I lose all my content? My suspicion is the answer is no, but I don't want to tell you something that's changed or incorrect since the last. I don't know the answer, so I would ask ChatGPT or ask someone support at OpenAI about that particular question. So that's a really good question. But now, if let's say you've created custom GPTs and things like that in there, you might want to keep your account. But you get a lot more other tools as well. So I don't know what to tell you on that particular one. But I suspect you can go down to a free account. You shouldn't lose anything historical. And more importantly, everything that's here you can download. Okay. So don't forget that everything that you've created, you can download the entire thread that you have in here. So that may be another option for you as well. You can share this entire thread, you can grab it and just create a link to it. And, as long as you don't have a picture, if you have a picture in it, it sometimes doesn't allow you to share it if you have a picture generated by DALL-E. I don't know if that's changed recently, but I would check with them to see if you can grab all your content. Absolutely. I know you can grab all your content. That's not an issue. There is even, I think, an export. There we go. Download. I'm pretty sure there's a download functionality right there. So actually, no, that's the Mac OS app. Sorry. But I'm pretty sure you can get everything that's in here. It's called a transcript or something, if I remember correctly. So you should be able to grab everything out of there when you go into your data controls. Here we go. Export, free ChatGPT training. So you can go to export and get everything out. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where are we? We were doing something. Oh, I had it going back to try to generate my video again. So it's thinking about it. Hopefully, maybe we'll get some further this time around. Subagent, the video optimist, create a 1-minute video. It's still working on it. Okay, cool. Any questions that I can answer for you while we are in this? So remember, lots and lots of training, lots and lots of tools. So any questions? Any questions? Happy to take you and put you on microphone if you want. If you raise your hand, I can put you on microphone if you have a question. Happy to answer them now that we're at the end. The platform itself is huge. I really haven't even scratched the surface of all the tools that are in here. So if you come in, I use Gamma a lot to create presentations. You can get a link to it. And then Descript I use for creating videos, editing of videos, I should say. These I mentioned there's multiple ways to make money in the platform. Another way is you can create a custom GPT in the platform, and then you can sell it for whatever you want per month. Just contact me if you want to be one of our experts, and I can show you how to create custom AI apps. We have quite a few of them in here, different styles of them. So first you would create what's called a knowledge base where you put your brain into the AI, your super self, remember. You can create precision images. So for example, I created one called Danny Digital, and it's really fun to play with. So you can train up a model. When training, by the way, is just uploading a bunch of pictures of selfies of yourself in different clothes and styles and places and lighting. And then you can tell it you want to generate an image. So for example, I have this Danny Digital, and I can create an image of whatever I want it to be. So it's kind of fun because it's basically what we call a consistent character, right? So I'm dressed in a perfectly tailored I can then say something, change where I'm at, for example. So I can change the skyline of Seattle. Can't even spell Seattle. Oh, well, it'll figure it out. AI is very forgiving. And I can say West Coast, ocean view, right? Something like that. I can take all this out, right? And so we can take all of this out. and keep my watch, right? Why not? And I can change the style of the photo. I can put other details in. I can have it generate an image idea, right? So it can generate that image for me. So I can tell it to go with that size image. And so, by the way, I took a bunch of photos and I uploaded them. So, for example, here's me. I've never been to Dubai in my life. Okay, just want to make sure you understand what this tool is doing here. This is me in front of New York. This is me in Hawaii. I didn't take this image in Hawaii. I would stand in front of a volcano. So it's just generated. And this is the one I just had it do for me with me in a tuxedo in front of Seattle. So that's what we mean by a consistent image, where it's putting me in all of these different backgrounds and things like that. So that's one of the tools. You have an app builder tool where you can build out your own apps, like the Big Dream Generator is a custom AI tool. Oh, you can have tools that are apps that are in the platform, but you can also have apps that are external. So like on my website, I can have a chat bot. So here's the chat bot. So I created it in my main platform and it's in Bill Biz. And so you can create your own chat bot that can go on any website. You can sell chat bots, right? That's another way to make money. Train it up and then on your customers' data and then sell it to them. You can create a document maker live training. So you can have live training like I do 3 times a week. You can create a learning module system like the explainer videos. So it's a video LMS, right? You can connect to external apps. So, for example, in this tax accounting, the first three are custom AI tools like a business tax advisor that this accountant is charging for, but then I can connect if I want to hire a professional to her website. This is called an external app where it goes out and runs something. All right. So yes, this is much simpler than using 3 to 5 different apps like I've been in the process of doing. Exactly. So again, for $19.95, you can get access to everything up to the custom AI apps. When you want to get custom AI apps, you do have to sign up for the white label. And the reason for that is, of course, the purpose of the white label is I want to make money with AI. All of the other tools are included in the 1995, but as soon as I want to make money, I do need to upgrade my account to be a white labeler where I'm taking the platform and creating custom AI apps and things like that. So that's the difference, okay? It does tell you if you need to unlock access, how much it costs, and so on and so forth. And then there are apps that use what we call the credit system. So for example, you saw me creating all of those AI videos. It tells you right here that this generation will call 50 credits or coins or tokens. Now, our image creators are included. There's no charge for the image creators. Now, the video creators and the movie creators do have a charge, and it tells you before you use it how much it will be. Bottom line, if you don't have any credits, it won't create it. You can top them off easily. 1,000 credits is $6.99. So instead of paying $8 monthly for some video creator tool, you just pay as you actually use it. So that's what I like about it. And that's why we designed the system that way. It's more democratic. So if you never use video creation tools, you never pay for it. You just pay your. If you don't want to sell AI, you don't have to pay for the white label. Just keep using the tools. All right. So that's kind of how that works. How much is the white label? The white label is $27 a month. So that means your monthly would be $46.95, but then you get to actually take this platform, change the whole look and feel, change the logo, change the colors. You can change each and every icon on here.
Unlock unprecedented growth and profitability with cutting-edge AI automation. Transform your business with AI-powered lead generation and make your website a 24/7 sales machine. Close deals faster and more efficiently with AI-driven sales funnels. Achieve 10 times more visibility and traffic with AI-generated marketing. Elevate your brand authority and dominate your niche with AI-powered content creation. Experience seamless growth with our smart website tools, CRM solutions, and customer engagement strategies.
And so again, you can download it. I'll grab that one and throw it into the chat for everybody. But here's what's funny, right? So that created that without me doing anything at all. Some of the images in there are good and some are not so good. But That one is kind of interesting, actually. I like that little robot coming out of the e-commerce. So you never know what you're going to get with AI. All right. So, any more questions? We're at 8:22. We went over a little bit, but as long as everybody's getting something out of it, I have no problem with doing that. And so, if you start the trial, you can go watch all of the videos that are in here. The AI Lunch and Learn has videos and the different products and things that are in here. So please go ahead and check those out. Set up a meet. We'll talk to you then. Got to go. All right, Jay. See you later. Please go ahead and yes, do that. Set up a meeting. Anybody else have any questions that I can answer for you? I love it when people get something out of these. So you have the website creator. I think I touched on just about all of the key apps. And then there's a lot under sales and marketing that we didn't get to. But you can watch, there's a CRM in here. And CRM, you can keep track of your customers, contacts. You can create automation to send emails, drips. So you can say send 3 emails over the next week. There's a marketing email builder. There's all kinds of fun little tools. You can create a marketing proposal where it'll combine all of the different things, kind of like the agents did. So the super agents is brand new. Like I said, it is a beta. I will add new apps all the time, and they're usually down here on the bottom. So super agent is new. AI humanizer, I mentioned that earlier, is new. Forbidden secrets, I don't think you guys have access to it. It's something that they're testing. So in your white label, by the way, you have complete control of what apps are included in there. So you can go into your white label, you can go into settings, and you can go in and set up the apps of which apps you want are available. You can change the icons for every app. And so you have complete control over what your customers are going to get access to. And that's called a white label. All right, everyone. Have a fantastic evening. Bye-bye.